We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today we've got the final weekend of MLB baseball. We've got a bunch of races still going on. Actually, I'm actually looking at. I'm actually gonna be able to do a show on Sunday, maybe all the game. Maybe I do like a live watch show on Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we've got a bunch of games going at 3 o'clock on Sunday, so that should be fun. Anyways, Friday's games. We have a couple of teams still trying to clinch spots. Before we jump into the recap from yesterday, we'll quickly look at the MLB standings, what they're looking like, what we should be trying to pay attention to right now. We'll start off in the American League. And the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees are currently tied for first place in the East. And with both of them already clinching a playoff spot, they're just fighting for the division. The Blue Jays have the tiebreaker over the Yankees for the division. So the Yankees will have to outdo the Blue Jays by a game. So in order for the Yankees to win, it would be the division. It has to be a sweep for the Yankees and 2-1 Blue Jays, or 2-1 Yankees, 1-2 Blue Jays, or 1-2 Yankees and 0-3 Blue Jays, which that last one shouldn't happen considering that the Yankees are going up against Baltimore and the Blue Jays are going up against Tampa Bay. Both of them should be easily able to take care of business. So it's just who's going to have a better series. Obviously, Toronto can clinch with a sweep. Then we still got to look towards the division for the Guardians and the Tigers because those two teams are still fighting it out. They're tied. Guardians have the tiebreaker. We've got the Tigers. The Guardians get the Rangers this weekend, and the Tigers get the Red Sox. So that's going to be a very interesting series. You got the Tigers going up against a team that's still fighting for a playoff spot. The Guardians get a team that is out of it already. So we'll see how that one goes. I got plus 750 on the Guardians to win the division, so hopefully we can get that to go. So we've got that going. And then in the American League West, the Mariners already have the division clinched, and there's no race for that one. In terms of the wild card for the American League, the Yankees have clinched the top wild card spot. They're not going anywhere. They're not dropping at all. The Red Sox are currently a game up on the Tigers. That's for the 2 and 3 spots. And the Astros are sitting 1 game back of Detroit. I believe Detroit has the tiebreaker over Houston as well. So that's going to take a pretty big collapse for Houston to make the playoffs. But at the same time, you got Red Sox and Tigers both playing against each other in the last weekend. So that's going to be very interesting. The second wild card, the third wild card doesn't really make a difference, except for one of them is going to have to go to New York or Toronto. The other one's going to Cleveland, or vice versa with Cleveland. Anyways, but that wild card race is going to be very interesting. Houston, who does Houston have this weekend? Astros get the Angels. So in theory, they should be able to take care of business, although that is on the road. So that's going to be very interesting. But that's the American League. We go over to the National League, which the National League is a little bit more straightforward. The Phillies have already won the National League East. Clinch, done, over. The Brewers have already won the National League Central. Done, over. The only two things that those two teams are playing for, the Brewers need a win. If the Brewers win or Phillies lose, the Brewers will clinch the 1 seed. Phillies need to sweep, and they're facing the Twins. Phillies would need to sweep the Twins at home in order to get the 1 seed, along with the Brewers getting swept by Cincinnati. So it would take one of those to happen. I don't see that happening. I think the Brewers are going to get that 1 seed. I think the Phillies are going to get the 2 seed. The 3 seed already belongs to the Dodgers. Dodgers clinched the division. That's done. It's over. They know they're the 3 seed. They go up against the Mariners this weekend, which the Mariners have nothing to play for either besides I think if they nope, Mariners already have a bye, so it does not really matter for that one. In terms of wild card race, we have quite the scenario. Although Cubs, with a win or a Padres loss, the Cubs will have the first wild card spot. That one will be that a win or a Padre loss. That one is clinched and done and over with. Padres, they would have to sweep Arizona, and the Chicago Cubs would have to get swept in their series versus the Cardinals. I don't see either of that happening. Now, the most interesting spot is that third wild card in the National League. Right now, the Mets have the third wild card spot. They're 82 and 77. The Reds are 1 game back with the tiebreaker, and Arizona is 2 games back with tiebreaker over the Mets, but no tiebreaker over the Reds. How is this going to work for this weekend? If you're a Mets fan, the Mets' lucky number is 3. So basically you got to match the Reds. That's what you have to do this weekend. You have to match the Reds. If the Reds sweep, you have to sweep. If the Reds win 2 out of 3, you have to win 2 out of 3. If the Reds win 1 out of 3, you have to win 1 out of 3. If the Reds get swept, you're in. Besides, unless Arizona goes and sweeps, Arizona's got the Padres. Unless Arizona goes and sweeps the Padres, then we'll look at that. Reds. If you're a Reds fan, you need to outdo the Mets by 1 game. That's it. And then obviously you got to keep an eye on Arizona. But Arizona, basically, if the Reds win 2 games, Arizona's done. Or if the Reds win 1 game, Arizona loses the game, Arizona's done. Arizona kind of screwed themselves with their loss yesterday. But Reds basically need to do 1 better than the Mets because they have the tiebreaker over the Mets. Diamondbacks fans, you're screwed. No, I'm kidding. Diamondbacks fans, you guys need both the Mets and the Reds to get swept. Not quite. Sorry, not quite. You guys need to sweep. Let's just start with that. Arizona needs to sweep in order to make it. And then you would need the Mets to lose a game. The Mets to lose a game and the Reds to lose at least a game. The Reds to lose 2 games because you do not have the tiebreaker over the Reds. So that's kind of the scenarios for the wild cards and all the baseball stuff. We'll jump into it. We're just going to say hi to the chat real quick. Of course, I'm talking baseball, and somebody's asking starter sit Gentry. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, I bet the Raiders. I don't know. I'm not a I'm not a NFL fantasy football person. So I'm not the right person to ask advice for that. Trade away Josh Allen for Jettis, Henderson, and Jay Fields. No. I don't think so. I don't know, dude. I really don't. I'm not a fantasy football person. I am not the right person to ask about fantasy football stuff. I apologize. But more importantly than fantasy football, we got baseball this weekend. And we'll start off with the Cubs and the Cardinals. As I mentioned earlier, Cubs need a win or a Padres loss in order to clinch that first wild card spot. They're minus 180 favorites with a total of 9 in this game against the Cardinals. You got Miles McCollum taking on Colin Ray. Miles McCollum this year a 4.77 ERA in 30 starts, an 8-10 record with 151 and a third innings pitched, 80 earned runs, 35 walks, and 96 strikeouts. On the opposite side, we've got the Chicago Cubs, who are going to be throwing Colin Ray. Colin Ray has made 31 appearances this year, 26 starts, a 10-7 record with a 4.1 ERA, 153 and 2/3 innings pitched, 70 earned runs, 43 walks, and 120 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Colin Ray, especially at home. I'm not in the mood to trust Miles McCollum on the road in his final start of the year. We look at hitting stats, both of them up against righties. The Chicago Cubs are going to have the hitting advantage, 108 WRC plus for them. St. Louis sitting at 98. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the Cubs. We go and then look at the line movement in this one. where the line opened up around minus 170. It's now at minus 180. So the line is moving towards the Chicago Cubs. And I got to get the right money because I need to refresh it for today. The money's coming in not the right way for the Cubs. 84% of the bets and 73% of the money is on the Cubs, which is going to end up keeping me off this game. I will say I do like a player prop in this game. And for the player prop, there's a player on the Cubs, which has – where is it? There we go. Has faced off against Miles McCullough 7 times. He's 6 for 7 with 4 home runs. If you guys do not know, that is PCA. We're going to take Pete Crow-Armstrong over his total bases. I know he hasn't been hitting well as of late, but when you have the stats that you do in terms of 4 home runs and 7 at-bats against 1 pitcher, yeah, I'm gonna take that. And I wouldn't hate his home run prop. What's this home run prop at? Plus 400 for a Pete Crow-Armstrong home run. I'm only going to take his total bases, and that's the only thing I'm going to be playing in this game. So give me Pete Crow-Armstrong over his bases versus the Cardinals. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put that play up first. I'm going to flip you guys. Well, no, I can't really do that. Well, you guys can be able to watch how I put up plays. Make play. Create new play. And I'm only putting this up now because the game starts at 2:20, and I'm McCullough owns PCA. You mean PCA owns McCullough? He's PCA is 6 for 7 with 4 home runs against him. So we're gonna go grab. We're gonna grab that Cubs. And normally I do this off stream, but because this game starts early, we're not gonna be able to do this. And that was even money on that one. Pete Crow. I had my thing. Pete Crow-Armstrong over. I can't type. 1.5 total bases. And then we're gonna go copy that because I have to copy and paste across the entire thing, and I have to click. And I'll get to the chat in just a second. I do apologize. Now you guys can see how it looks behind the screen, for the TikTok people at least. You guys are currently seeing what it looks like. PCA is 6-4-7 in his career versus McCullough with 4 home runs. That's all we're going to do. Copy, paste. We're going to make it a free play just because it's starting early. And why not? Just create. We're good. Yay, that's done. We'll head to the incoming PCA 5 strikeouts. As long as he goes 1 for 6 then with a double. What up, Twin? What's up, Drewski? We have something to talk about. We have something to talk about. So you go. Cardinals money line. I took PCA over his bases. That's about it. What are you doing? I was putting up a play up on these sites because by the time the show ends, it's going to be too close to that game where it's not really going to be worth putting it up on the site. So I was putting something on it. I'm not okay. Well, when I'm trying to do a show and I want to kind of continue through the games, and That's the only game I'm going to put stuff up for right now. I'm going to do the rest after the stream, but I didn't want to keep you guys held up. Are you really doing this? What do you mean the Royals ain't dead yet? Jersky, don't do this. You lost the bet. You just got to pay. That's it. Please contact me on Twitter. And go for it. We don't need we don't need you to just bail on it. This was a fun bet all year. If the Royals would have made it, I would have sent it to you. So please go and follow me on Twitter and DM me. Appreciate it. Twins and the Phillies. The Phillies are minus 160 with a total of 8. We've got Joe Ryan taking on Aaron Nola. Joe Ryan this year, 30 appearances, 29 starts, a 13-9 record with a 3.47 ERA, 166 innings pitched, 64 runs, 38 walks, 185 strikeouts. He has been really consistent all year long. He is going to have the pitching advantage for me against Nola because with Nola, he has pitched 16 times to a 4-10 record with a 6.46 ERA, 86.3 innings pitched, 62 earned runs, 28 walks, and 88 strikeouts. So pitching advantage I am going to give to Joe Ryan. Hitting edge is going to be with the Phillies. Phillies are the 6th best team hitting against righties, 112 WRC plus for that. Minnesota at 98 WRC plus. So hitting advantage with the Phillies, pitching advantage with the Cubs. So it's split down the middle for that. We'll go ahead and take a look at the line movement in this game where the line has gone from minus 165. I'm starting to see some 145s now. So the line's dropping in this game. So we've got the line really moving. Although the way that the money's coming in, we're going to take it. Give me the Twins tonight. Give me the Twins money line against the Phillies. Yes, the Phillies still have a shot at the 1 seed, but let's be honest. I don't think they're going to be going crazy because they have to sweep and the Brewers have to get swept, and I don't see either of those happening. So I am going to take the Twins money line tonight, and then I'm going to pass on player props in this game. It's just going to be Twins money line in this one. Give me 2 seconds. The cat is meowing its head off. 1 second. Yes, what? What's up? Why? Sorry about that. The cat was just meowing its head off right outside my door. Cardinals money line from Carlos in the TikTok chat. I'm not going to talk you off of it. These are my plays so far today. I've talked over 2 games, so this is all we got for today so far. Nobody win division yet, let alone a wild card spot. Drew, your bet was the Royals were going to make the playoffs. The Royals are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. I don't understand. Nobody's won the division yet. Yeah, it's between the Tigers and the Guardians. The Royals are not winning the division. The Royals are not getting a wild card spot. That was the bet. Am I going to have to wait until after Sunday in order to get my money? Am I even going to get it? I don't know, Drewski. I don't like this right now. I don't find it funny, at least. Twins money line, yes. Guards give away the division. They're tied right now with the tiebreaker. And the Guardians get the Rangers compared to the Tigers who have to go to Boston. I think the Guardians still get the division. How about the game of the day? We got the White Sox and the Nationals. The Nationals are minus 130 with a total of 8.5. You got Gomez taking on Cavalli. Gomez this year has pitched he's pitched for 3 different teams, all out of the bullpen. Although he's made 8 starts. Why is Covers doing this to me? They don't have his updated information though. He's made 8 starts. He's been okay in his starts. It's not bad. Going anywhere from 4 to 5 in the third innings and striking out at least 3 to 6. So he hasn't been doing bad in terms of that. But I don't really have his updated number. Actually, should have updated numbers with MLB because MLB will be good with that. 3-3 with a 4.92 ERA in 20 games, 8 starts, 56 and 2/3 innings pitched. 53 strikeouts and a 1.39 whip. So not bad for him. Cade Cavalli, I like Cade Cavalli. I think he's going to be. He was a first round pick for the Nationals. I think eventually he's going to really get his stuff going. 9 starts, a 3-1 record with a 4.23 ERA this year, 44 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 earned runs, 14 walks, and 34 strikeouts. I want to give the pitching advantage to Cavalli, although it's very close. Hitting edge is going to go towards Washington, considering that the White Sox 86 WRC plus, Washington is 98. So hitting and pitching edge is going towards the Nationals. Then we look at line movement in this game, and that's going to be another interleague game. Line's not really moved. It opened up around 127 this morning, and it's kind of stayed at the 127 to 130 range. So nothing really good there. The money coming in the right way on the Nationals, but nothing going for that one. I'm going to take a look. What is their strikeout numbers? White Sox 22.6. Meh. Nationals 21. No. Real quick, what is his strikeout number? Yeah, over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 105 for him. No. This bum fight is going to be a complete stay away spot for me. Nats money line, kind of like the White Sox. I'm passing, so I don't really have a thought on that one. What is he saying? Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Orioles and the Yankees. We've got the Yankees at minus 155 with a total of 8. We've got Rogers taking on Warren. If there's any pitcher that I've really kind of hyped up since he's come back, it's Rogers. He was part of the Kyle Stowers, Connor Norby trade that sent those 2 guys to Miami, and he went to Baltimore. And for a while, it looked like, oh, wow, Kyle Stowers having a big year and everything until he went down, unfortunate. And Norby's been really good, and he was on the injured list. He didn't really pitch all that well last year. He has been a stud, and this is a pitcher that you need to sign for a while if you're Baltimore. He is your ace. 17 starts, 9-2 record, a 1.35 ERA, and 106 and 2/3 innings pitched. 16 earned runs, 26 walks, and 100 strikeouts. I'm 100% giving him the pitching edge in this game against Will Warren and the Yankees. Will Warren this year is pitching to a 4.35 ERA and 32 starts, 8-8 record in 157 innings, 76 earned runs, 64 walks, 164 strikeouts. 100% Rogers pitching advantage. Done. Hitting advantage, Yankees are the number 1 team against lefties, 118 WRC plus. So they're number 1 versus lefties. In terms of righties for Baltimore, they are sitting at 100 WRC plus, which is about average. So you got that. In terms of line movement, the line is going from 145 to 140. I don't know where that 155 came from. I'm seeing more 140s now. So we're going to actually edit that one. So the line's moving towards Baltimore in this one. And that's with where's the money coming? All the money's coming on the Yankees. Give me the Orioles here. Orioles on the money line to play a little bit of spoiler. And because you've got a Yankee team who strikes out at 24%. And just because I've been hyping him up, give me Rogers over, what is the number? 5.5 strikeouts at -105. That's where I'm going to go with this one. Go Noles. I am on Virginia tonight. Rogers under strikeouts. No. Dude, Rogers has been elite, been crazy good all year. I like Rogers tonight. I took him over his strikeouts. Jazz bases, Gordon bases, or Jordan. Let me quickly look at the hitting stats on this one. Any Oriole or Yankee stand out? Not really. Mountcastle has a home run, but that's the only one. I'm not gonna touch any hitting props. I'm just gonna take the Orioles and Rogers over. Orioles, yes. Virginia Tech upset. Does Virginia Tech play tonight? No. Virginia Tech plays against NC State. I'm on NC State, and I hate NC State. I'm on NC State. Estee in the TikTok chat saying I got Warren over his strikeouts. That's fair. And he's also saying I got the Giants money line. You got San Fran tonight. We'll talk about that. That'll be the last game we talk. I hope you don't have the Giants money line, because the Giants money line is -130. So, we go to the Rays and the Blue Jays. We've got Shane Bieber taking on Adrian Hauser. Hauser this year has been pretty solid. He did get traded over the deadline, so I'm actually going to pull up his numbers on MLB because that's going to have them together. 8-4 record with a 3.18 ERA, 20 starts, 119 innings pitched, 87 earned runs, and a 1.27 WHIP. So he's been pretty good this year, although he has not been as good since coming to Tampa. Shane Bieber has looked solid in his time again with the Blue Jays so far. 6 starts at 3-2 record, a 3.57 ERA. Granted, one of those because he gave up 5 earned runs in 6 innings against the Reds. Other than that, 3 or less in every start. He's looked solid. He looks like the Shane Bieber from his almost Cy Young season. 35 innings pitched, 14 earned runs, 5 walks, 34 strikeouts. His strikeout numbers are almost back to normal as well. Pitching advantage for Bieber. On the opposite, for hitting, Toronto's got the hitting advantage, 112 WRC plus for him compared to the Tampa Bay Rays at 103. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the Toronto Blue Jays. We go and we look at the line movement in this game, and there has not been. It opened up at 178, and it's at 179. You know what? I used DraftKings numbers when I typed up these lines. Now I'm looking at Bet Online. Let me quickly look at DraftKings to see what that's at, because that's could be why my lines are a little bit off right now. I forgot that I used DraftKings when typing up the numbers. Yeah, DraftKings has it a little bit more expensive, and DraftKings went from 185 to 195. So line moving towards the Blue Jays. Money coming in on the Blue Jays is just not what I wanted in this game. So that's going to be a pass on the side. In terms of the two righty pitchers, you got the Rays who just don't strike out. The Jays don't strike out. Tampa Bay strikes out 22.4. Not going to touch that. Toronto is at 17.5. So I want to see strikeouts over under, and hopefully it's not a stupid number for Adrian Hauser. His strikeout prop's 3.5, and the under is minus 160. So unfortunately, can't take Adrian Hauser under his strikeouts as much as I want to. So I guess that'll just be a pass on that, and pass altogether on the game. Actually, shoot, let me look at hitter props, because that's something we want to look towards as well. Not really anybody that's overly woohoo about. So this won't be a pass. Estee in the TikTok chat is saying, why don't you like the Giants? Why don't I like the Giants, who are sitting at minus 230? Because I don't lay that type of juice. I would never take the money line on the Giants. That's why. Thoughts on Florida State and Virginia. I like Virginia. Raise money line. It's a big number. Virginia upset. I can 100% see Virginia upset tonight. I agree. Oh boy. Can I say that I'm terrified right now? I'm terrified of this weekend. The Mets go up against the Marlins. Tim, why are you terrified? Because the Marlins are setting up for this series. Oh, the Marlins have nothing to play for besides playing spoiler. And they set up they pushed Sandy Alcantara back a game so he could play against the Mets. So, I don't know. Mets are minus 135, a total of 8. Alcantara versus Sproat. Sproat this year has been pretty solid, although they're giving me his hitting stats, which is really annoying. I don't know why you're giving it. Oh, they're giving me, instead of giving me Brandon Sproat, they're giving me Brandon Nimmo numbers. Can you stop it, Covers? Luckily, the MLB.com will help me out. Brandon Sproat this year. I clicked on preview. Can I get this the right way, please? No, give me Jack Leiter. No, I don't. There you go, Sproat. 0-1 this year, which who cares about record? He's paid 3 starts to a 3.94 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, and a 1.19 WHIP. He's coming off of his worst start so far, where he gave up 4 earned runs and 4 hits in 4 innings against the Nationals, which is not ideal. On the opposite side, you got Sandy Alcantara, who has been really good since the second half started. 30 starts, a 10-12 record with a 5.48 ERA, 167 and 2/3 innings pitched, 102 earned runs, 55 walks, and 139 strikeouts. Sandy Alcantara is going to get the pitching advantage for me. It's just how it is. Don't even have to look up the hitting advantage, because I know that the New York Mets are number 1 versus right-handed pitching in terms of WRC+. So it's going to be split down the middle. And we look at the line movement in this game, and it's gone from minus 130 to almost 140 now for the Mets. And that's with the money coming in the right way on them. We will go ahead and take the Mets here. I'm going to grab them on the run line. What's the run line sitting at? 125 area. So we're going to grab the Mets on the run line here. What's Brandon Sproat's strikeout numbers? He needs to get 4 strikeouts and a minus 115. Do the Miami Marlins strike out enough for that? 20.2%. They really don't. I'm not going to end up touching that. And I will say, not a lot of Mets have good numbers against Sandy Alcantara. So they've Alonso is like 6'4", 37, which is not great. Lindor is 10 for 30 though with a home run. We'll go ahead and grab Lindor. Lindor over 1.5 total bases. And we'll ride with Lindor in this game, and we'll go and look to see what his prop is door. It's at even money for his over bases. Mets money line. Take the run line. What about the under? I could definitely see an under. Everybody's on Virginia. I got $100 on FSU minus 8.5. Well, you got a very bad line then. You got a horrible line. And by everybody, you mean 19% of bets and 30% of money? By the way, if you're going and looking at everybody, 81% of the bets, 70% of the money is on Florida State. So I don't know what you mean by that. So no, I don't like Florida State at all. Astros. We'll talk about the Astros in like a couple of games. We got a couple of games till then. I have not looked at the game yet. DraftKings has really good hit run RBI odds. I like total bases. That's what I go for. What about Soto? Soto versus Alcantara is hitting 279 with 2 home runs. I can grab Soto too. Why not? Soto over 1.5 total bases. And that's sitting at plus 110. I don't hate that at all. And then FSU all the way. No. FSU, Florida State minus 6.5. No. How do you feel about the over in the Yankee game? I love Trevor Rogers, so no. Soto chalked yesterday. Yeah, I don't think he got there yesterday. But we'll keep on rolling. We got the Rangers and the Guardians. The Guardians are minus 185 with a total of 7.5 in this game. The Guardians will be throwing out Slade Sassoni, and it's going to be Jack Leiter for the Rangers. Leiter this year, 28 starts with a 9-10 record, a 3.92 ERA, 144 and 2/3 innings pitched, 63 earned runs, 66 walks, and 138 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you've got Slade Sassoni, who is sitting with 22 starts, 7-6 record with a 4.15 ERA, 128 innings pitched, 59 earned runs, 30 walks, and 106 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Jack Leiter. He's just been better. He's just been the better pitcher this year. Now, Texas is completely fallen off a cliff because they were really close to a playoff spot, and they've been eliminated for a couple days now. We go and we look at hitting stats. Texas, 6th worst in baseball, 96 WRC plus. Cleveland, 90 WRC plus. So these are two of the worst hitting teams in baseball versus right-handed pitching. So we've got that at least. But hitting advantage is actually going to go towards Texas. So Texas has hitting and pitching edge in this game. And we look at the line movement. The line is moving towards the Guardians, though, from 150 to 165. So I'm going to end up staying off of that. Where's the money coming in? All the money's coming in on Cleveland, so that makes sense. And then we go quickly look at hitter props. And we'll go from there. I doubt we're going to get anything considering that both of these two teams can't hit. Nothing from the Cleveland side. Adolis Garcia is 2 for 3 with a home run. And Higashioka is 3 for 6 with a home run, which is interesting. But I'm going to end up not taking anything. I could see an under in this game, but I'm not going to bet it. Twins money line. Yes, I like the Twins money line today against the Phillies. Little plus, a little 5 plus. Ha, hits allowed. I don't hate it. You're saying that the who's pitching? Little. Oh, with the Brewers. Yeah, I hope so. Braves money line. I have. I'll be talking about the game in 2 games. Braves money line. You don't have to repeat it. If I'm in the middle of talking about a game, I'm not going to answer your question right away. But but I will get to it in between games. Woohoo! And then B in the TikTok chat saying Twins and O's plus money. Why are you taking them? I'm taking the Orioles because I really love Trevor Rogers. I think he's going to have a really good game against the Yankees. Also, the line movement's kind of telling me that the Orioles are 100% live in this game. And then not Orioles, Elements money line. And then Twins. I just don't think it's I like Joe Ryan over Nola for sure. And I just don't think that the Phillies have much to play for right now. They have already clinched the bye. They're probably not getting the 1 seed. So, yeah. Milwaukee money line. We'll talk about Milwaukee in a couple of games. Oh, no, we talked about Milwaukee already. Didn't we? No. We'll talk about the Milwaukee Brewers in 3 games. But that's minus 170. It says LM. Yeah, I fixed it. You don't have to repeat it. I will answer your question eventually. Cubs run line. I didn't take it. I just took PCA over his bases. Before we jump into the next one, I have the scroller going. If you guys are interested in player props, which I've already given out, PCA over his bases, Rogers over his strikeouts, Lindor and Soto over their bases, and you wanted somewhere to go and say parlay them all together, well, you guys can go over to Dabble. Dabble is on Google and Apple, the Google Play and Apple Store. And if you sign up and use the referral code ESBTIM, you will get $25 in free money. Free money. Who doesn't like free money? And when you do that, A, you get free money, and B, I get a little bit of a kickback, so you guys can help support me as well. So there you go. If you guys are interested in player props and all that, go ahead, check out Dabble on the App Store and use the code ESBTIM as your referral code. What the? Nope, I guess I'm not on I'm not on TikTok anymore. Somebody reported for fraud? I'm confused right now. Suspended access. Okay then. I guess I'm not on TikTok right now. What the fuck? Oh. All right then. That's kind of bullshit. We want people to be able to use their platform. Oh, okay. I don't know what I did on TikTok, but okay. Interesting. Anyways, we're no longer on there. We're just on the YouTube. But anyways, check out Dabble. Let's continue on. We've got the Red Sox hosting the Tigers. This is a huge series because the Tigers still trying to go and get a playoff spot, even try to win the division. Boston with Harrison going, and they're trying to hold on to that wild card spot. Casey Mize this year, a 3.93 ERA in 27 starts, 14-6 record, 142 innings pitched, 62 runs, 35 walks, 131 strikeouts. I'm going to give him the pitching advantage over Kyle Harrison, who has not really made that many starts. He's made two appearances since coming to Boston. A 1 ERA, but he's gone 9 innings, 1 earned run, 7 hits. That's it. So he's looked good. But I'm not going to give him the pitching advantage over Casey Mize, who's got us a lot bigger of a sample. In terms of hitting, Detroit against lefties, 115 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball. The Red Sox hitting is sitting at 102. So hitting and pitching edge will both go towards the Tigers in this game. We'll go ahead and look at the line movement in this one, where the line is moving towards towards Detroit just a tad. Nothing crazy, though. And with the money coming in, yeah, it makes sense. It would be Tigers or nothing in this game. I just don't feel the need that I need to go after it. We'll go ahead and look at we're going to go ahead and preview the thing. No Tiger has faced Harrison. Duran is 3 for 8 with a home run versus Mize. I'm going to go ahead and take Duran over 1.5 total bases. And we're going to go find what that is. Top one. It's even money. Even money for Duran's total bases. Tigers money line. Fade Boston on Fridays. Okay. Hey, Drew, have you followed me on Twitter yet? Pirates at the Braves. Braves are minus 165 with a total of 8.5. You got not Carson Wentz. Was it Joey Wentz taking on Mitch Keller? Mitch Keller this year, a 4.24 ERA with 31 starts, a 6-15 record, a 4.22 ERA. 172 innings pitched, 81 earned runs, 46 walks, 144 strikeouts. I want to give him the pitching advantage over Mr. Wentz because he's just looked better. Wentz this year has made 19 appearances. He's made more than that. Let me pull up his on MLB. So because he's been on 3 different teams this year. Wentz, 5-6 record with a 5.46 ERA in 38 games, 12 starts, 94 innings pitched, 89 strikeouts, and a 1.52 WHIP. Yeah, 100% given the pitching advantage to Keller. Hitting advantage is going to go towards the Braves because the Pirates 77 WRC plus versus lefties. Atlanta is 101 versus righties. We go and we look at the line movement in this game, and there has not been any line movement. It opened up 165. It's still at 165. And the way the money's coming in, it would be a lean towards the Pirates. No need for me to get to it. So this one will be a pass in this one. We'll quickly, I guess, look towards the hitter props, but I don't think I'm going to end up getting to anything in this game. Tommy Pham's 2 for 5, but yeah. Matt Olson's 5 for 10. Actually, we're going to grab, you know what, let me make sure this is a decent number. We're going to grab Ronald Acuna Jr. in this one. Acuna over his bases. That's at minus 110. I don't like that number, but when you have a guy on the Braves in Acuna who's got 3 home runs in 18 at-bats against Keller, yeah, I'm going to take that. So give me Acuna over his bases. What about the under 8.5? I can see it. What about following me on Twitter? Stop Gio, what's up? What's up? We've got 6 games left. We've got the Reds and the Brewers. Let me quickly message her. We got the Reds and the Brewers. Brewers minus 170 with a total of 8. Littell versus Priester. Big series for the Reds, considering that they need wins in order to catch the Mets. Littell this year, he's made multiple starts too. Let me go on to MLB and they can give me the combined numbers for Littell because he came over from the the Rays. Littell this year, a 10 and 8 record with a 3.86 ERA in 31 starts, 182 innings pitched, 127 strikeouts with a 1.1 whip. On the opposite side, we got Quinn Priester, which has been on this crazy run with the Milwaukee Brewers, which I believe is still going. Yeah. The Brewers have not lost a Quinn Priester start since May 24th. The Brewers have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 straight starts that Quinn Priester has started, which is insane. Pitching advantage, Priester. Both of them are righties. Milwaukee versus righties, 107 WRC plus. Cincinnati versus righties is sitting all the way at 97. So hitting and pitching edge both with the Brewers. Brewers need a win or a Philly loss in order to clinch the number 1 seed in the National League. And we look towards the line movement in this game. Yeah, we're going to take the Brewers in this one. We're going to take them on the run line. This is just the Priester deal. They just don't lose his starts, which is just insane. We're going to go ahead and grab that. I'm not going to grab anything with pitching props. And we look at the hitters. Nothing that jumps out at me. So no hitter props, but we will be taking the Brewers on the run line in this one. Reds, nope. Don't like the Reds tonight. Astros, Angels. Astros minus 140 with a total of 9. The Astros are going to be throwing out Alexander Hendricks for the Angels. The Astros are on their last legs because they need some help. They don't control their own destiny. They're a game behind the Tigers, and they don't have the tiebreaker versus the Tigers. Alexander this year has pitched 17 times, 12 starts, a 4-2 record with a ERA just north of, or probably just south of 4 in 72 innings pitched, 29 earned runs, 25 walks, and 61 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you've got Hendricks, who this year has been actually kind of okay. I mean, a 4.79 ERA is not great, but 30 starts, an 8-10 record, 159 innings pitched, 85 earned runs, 40 walks, and 106 strikeouts. I'm going to give Hendricks the pitching edge here because we've just been able to see more from him, and I don't trust Alexander. We go and we look at hitting stats, which the Angels suck at hitting. 92 WRC plus for them. Houston is going to have the hitting advantage. They are hitting 98 WRC plus, so they have it, but not by a whole lot. We go and we look at the line movement in this game, and the line is moving towards the Angels, which is going to end up putting us on the Angels money line in this game. I personally, I already have, I think it was 275 on the Astros to miss the playoffs, and that with a combination of the Guardians at 750 to win the division could be a decent. It could end up saving my futures. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab the Astros here, not the Astros, Angels here. Especially with the way the money's coming in, 88% of the money in the line's moving towards the Angels. Yeah, sign me up for that. And we'll quickly look at the hitter stats in this game, and then we'll go from there. Couple of decent ones. What is this? Jesus Sanchez for the Astros is hitting 4 for 10 with a home run versus Hendricks. A couple of guys have decent numbers, but I don't really feel like I need to get overly involved in this game. In this, I'm just gonna grab the Angels and move on. Astros, no, or the under. I could see an under. Angels can't hit. I mean, neither can the Astros lately, and their bullpen is terrible. So is the Astros lately, but Okay, we do have pitching matchup. Okay, cool. D-backs and the Padres up next. The Padres minus 145 with a total of 7.5. Gallen versus Darvish. Gallen this year, a 4.72 ERA in 32 starts, a 13-14 record. So he's gonna get decisions. 187 innings pitched, 98 earned runs, 62 walks, and 172 strikeouts. On the opposite side, we got Darvish, which Darvish this year, 14 starts, a 4-5 record with a 5.51 ERA, 67 innings pitched, 41 walks, 41 earned runs, 17 walks, and 64 strikeouts. Pitching advantage is going to go towards Gallen. I'm going to give him it there. Hitting advantage is also going to go towards Arizona. 111 WRC plus compared to 105. So Arizona with both hitting and pitching edge in this game. And the way that the line's moving, it's gone from 155 down to 145. I'm going to be on the Diamondbacks in this game. Diamondbacks money line. They need a lot of help in order to get into a playoff spot. I think they could be eliminated as early as tomorrow because they would be eliminated with either a loss and a Mets win or 2 Mets wins. And I believe even with a Reds win, they would get eliminated. So they're not looking great right now. But I think this is a game that that they can win. I'm gonna look at San Diego. San Diego does not strike out. So I was gonna look towards Gallen strikeouts. That's not going to be the case. And then we'll quickly look at hitter props in this game. And in terms of that, Jake Cronenworth. Sorry, I'm going to go with as long as Ryan O'Hearn plays today. I think Ryan O'Hearn might DH today. I'm going to take O'Hearn for the Padres over 1.5 total bases. I know it's against my thing, but when somebody's hitting 455, so that's 5 for 11 with a home run against Gallen, I'm going to sign up for that one. Let's see what his number is. Ryan O'Hearn. That's plus 190. So give me Ryan O'Hearn over his bases and the Arizona Diamondbacks money line. And then we're also going to grab one other prop in this one. We're going to grab Corbin Carroll over 1.5 total bases. Over 1.5 total bases. Because he is 471 batting average with 2 home runs and 17 at-bats versus Darvish. So he likes facing off against Darvish. Corbin Carroll is plus 115 for his prop. Brewers run line, yes. Diamondbacks, yes. At least first 5, sure. Gallen under his hits. Maybe? I don't know. 5 hits is that seems like a little problem. 3 games left. Dodgers, Mariners. Mariners minus 130 with a total of 7. Neither of these teams have anything to play for besides getting themselves kind of healthy and ready to go for the playoffs. Dodgers have already clinched the division. Seattle's already clinched the division. I believe Seattle already knows they're going to be the 2. Well, they could still get the 1 seed technically because they're only a half game behind Toronto, and I believe they have the tiebreaker over Toronto. So that's interesting there. But the Dodgers know they're the 3 seed. Kirby versus Sheehan. Sheehan this year has been really good. 14 appearances, 11 starts, 6-3 record, 2.86 ERA, 72 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 22 walks, 86 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got George Kirby, who this year is pitching to a 4.24 ERA in 22 starts, a 10-7 record with 121 innings pitched, 57 earned runs, 28 walks, and 127 strikeouts. I'm going to give Kirby the pitching edge. He just has significantly better splits at home/road, which obviously is going to happen with Seattle. But I do like Kirby, and for the pitching advantage, hitting edge is going to probably be the Dodgers. No, it's tied. Both of them hitting at 114 WRC plus. So we'll go ahead and look at the line movement in this game, and it's gone from 137 to 132 for Seattle, kind of saying that the Dodgers at plus money could be interesting here. And that's with slightly more Mariner money. Not enough for me to go after it. I don't think either of these teams strike out enough. Neither of these teams strike out enough for me to want to look towards anything. I can see an over in this game the way that these two teams hit, but this one's going to be a complete stay away. Dutcher money line. Laying it with Kirby is risky. I would be grabbing a run line if I was going to do anything, but the way that the stuff was going, it was a lean towards the Dodgers. 2 more games, and both these two teams are playing for exercise. Kansas City and Oakland. You got Cameron taking on Barrett. Noah Cameron this year, 23 starts, a 9-7 record, a 2.9 ERA, 133 innings pitched, 43 earned runs, 38 walks, 108 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Barrett, who has pitched all of 4 times, so I'm not going to go crazy into him. I'll give Noah Cameron the pitching edge. We look towards the hitting, where Oakland against lefties is 103 WRC plus. Kansas City against righties is not good, 97 WRC plus. So pitching advantage, Royals. Hitting advantage, Athletics. We look at the line movement in this game, and the line's moving towards the Royals, going to around 120 from 110. And are getting enough of the money. I think I'm going to just stay off the bum fight. I think we're just going to pass on this one. Royal smash, and your Royals are eliminated, so this game doesn't matter. But follow me on Twitter so you can pay your end of the bet. But if you're a man, if you wanna be a coward and just run away, that's fine too. Rockies at Giants. Giants are minus 245 with a total of 8.5. Marquez versus McDonald. Herman Marquez, 25 starts, 3-15 record with a 6.49 ERA, 112 innings pitched, 88 earned runs, 44 walks, and 182 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got McDonald, who I don't think we've really seen pitch. Yeah, he's pitched twice. So I'm not going to dive deep into him. It's kind of hard to give a pitching advantage to Marquez, considering he's got a 6.5 ERA. Hitting, you already know it's Giants because the Rockies have the worst hitting in baseball, and they strike out a shit ton, 26%. Although I can't really take a strikeout prop in this one. We look at line movements. It's moving towards San Fran. If you want to lay a run line on San Fran in a weekend that doesn't matter against a shitty team, go ahead. With 94% of the bets and 96% of the money on them, I'm not going to do it. So this one will be another one final pass to end the card. But that is everything for today. Once again, if you guys have not already, go ahead, download Dabble. Sign up, and if you use the referral code ESBTIM, you get $25 for free. Free, guys. Free. FREE. I don't know why people don't want free money. Go ahead, sign up for Dabble, and you can play with some player props. And trust me, I've already pulled money from it. It's easy. It's really easy to pull money from it. So make sure you guys do that. And if you guys not already, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And check us out for on the picksandparleys.net website for all the best bets. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back again tomorrow with another one.